Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we have a red C6 Z06 in our garage. No, it's not mine, it's a friend of a friend's. And you guys will remember last week that I mentioned the Optima Challenge is coming up. So that's actually coming up tomorrow, and part of the rules for that, you actually need a tow hook installed on the front and back of the car. So I actually had availability, and I've got the tools and the knowledge to put these on. So what we're going to be doing is installing a set of LG Motorsports front and rear tow hooks on this C6Z. And basically we're just trying to make our friend's car legal for the event. I think, she's already paid a bunch of money for the event, and it really sucks if you get disqualified or not able to run because you didn't have a tow hook installed. So she overnighted the hooks. I'm actually going to do the front first. What I'm going to do is actually remove the front bumper. We've done that in multiple videos. It's not too hard. We're going to lift up on that, pull up on the corner of the bumper. There's 10 mils, and I believe there are going to be 7 mils here. We're going to take all those out, and there's going to be some bolts on the bottom. Once we get all that removed, we'll go ahead and be able to get the bumper off. Alright guys, as you saw, we did get the bumper off. Unfortunately, I had to take the hood struts off because basically there wasn't enough room between the front of the hood and the bumper, and I didn't want to scuff it up any, so I kind of had to use the full hood hinge to push it forward, and then I was able to get the bumper cover slid out from underneath it. So now that we've got that off, I can take the this cover off. I think it's a 13 mil. Get that styrofoam off, and basically we're ready to start the front tow hook install. As you guys can see, we got the front bumper cover as well as the styrofoam support off. And basically the next step is to take one of the holes on the bottom and drill that out. So what LG Motorsports basically did was they used the one on the driver's side. I think that's the one we're going to use. And if you guys see the hole that I'm focusing the camera on, it will actually slide left or right. So the way they had this, they had it almost lined up perfectly with the radiator shroud right here, this black plastic piece. So I think we're going to drill our hole, and then we'll have a little bit of adjustment here, and we'll get it lined up as best as we can at kind of the way they suggested on the instruction. So the first step will actually be to widen this hole to 3/8. It almost looks like it is 3/8. Oh. Well, nothing much there. That basically was 3/8. Widen that hole 3/8, put your hardware in, and then you can adjust it to the left or to the right. So let's go ahead, we'll grab the hardware, get this installed, and then basically once we get it kind of lined up the way we want it, we will use this basically as your jig, and you'll drill a hole through here on the right and then the other one on the bottom. So 2 holes in the front, 2 holes on the bottom. Well, actually just one more additional hole in the bottom. All right guys, we got the first bolt kind of installed. It's in there. It's a little loose, but that's all right. Anyway, we actually installed it using 2 wrenches taped together with some masking tape. Didn't think this would work, but actually it worked really well. So I got a 15mm bolt, but actually I think it's a 9/16. So what I did was I took the nut and the washer, and I ended up actually taping it into this 15mm bolt, stuck it in the side here like this, lined it up, and I was able to get this bolt fed through and tighten it down. So that's the first bolt right here. I need to do the second one, and then these 2 right here. So we're actually going to do the bottom ones first, because as you guys can see, this isn't exactly straight, and the plate might not be welded straight. It's not my installation, because if you guys could see, this bar is flat, but it looks like this bracket, actually I can see it clear as day, this bracket is not it's a little lopsided, but that's all right. So we've got the first bolt in, we'll do the second one, and then we'll do the top 2. All right guys, we have finished putting in the front tow hook. Wasn't too difficult, like I said. The best tool that you could do is actually take 2 wrenches, tape them together, use whatever kind of tape you got. Then you guys can see I have a bunch of painter's tape on the top, but what I did, like I said, was I taped the nut and the washer together, then I taped it to the, inside the wrench. I stuck it inside the bumper. Then once I got it tight, basically like that, imagine we're on the other side here, tighten that down, and I was able to get this fully tightened down. So now all 4 So you got the 1, 2, 3, and you got 4. All 4 bolts are in it, and the tow hook is done up front. Now, we're going to put the bumper cover back on the car, and what we're going to have to do is actually trim the front grille for where this hook is going to go through. Hopefully it lines up pretty good. You know, we based our install off the pictures, and yeah, so let's go ahead. We'll get the, actually take this hook out. We'll get the bumper cover, get that back on the car, and then we'll finish it up by actually installing the hook inside of the bumper. All right, guys, as you can see, we did get the front bumper back on. I need to take all the masking tape back off, but you guys can see our tow hook lines up perfectly in the middle of the square. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out these 3 or 4 cross beams, put the tow hook in, and we'll be done with the front. All right, guys, that is the completed tow hook install. I did cut a little bit of the grill out. Like I said, I just used some snips, cut out the square closest to the tow hook, and we are good to go. All right, guys, we're here under the back of the Z06, and you guys can see we do have the tow hook installed, but whoever designed this was a complete moron. There's no way to get the muffler hanger and the tow hook installed at the same time. I've been fighting with this for over 2 hours, and so what I ended up doing was I ended up actually slotting the muffler hangers for the inner ones. That was one. Here's the second one. So I actually have the hanger in place. So I actually have the tow hook in place. I should just be able to loosen the bolt and slide those hangers in, tighten it down, and then put the hanger on the bottom, you know, the rubber boot right here. So this back part has been a total pain. So let me try that, and hopefully we finish this back tow hook up. All right, guys, after way too many freaking hours on the back here, we are done. We did slot those 2 middle exhaust hangers like we said. I'm not sure what we're gonna be able to see. In the upper left, up behind the hanger, you can kind of see the screw for it, or the bolt for it. But yeah, we're tight. Everything's good back here. All 4 of the exhaust hangers are tight. The hook is in, and this car should be compliant for the Optima Challenge. All right, guys, so that is the tow hook install on the C6 Z06 behind us. We did both the front and the rear, and the driver will now be completely legal for the Optima Street Car Challenge Association, whatever that series is called nowadays. All right, guys, as you can see, I am in a completely empty shop. The owner has taken their car home, and they were very happy with the tow hook install. LG Motorsports, the front part was good. The plate was welded crooked. I thought I had installed it crooked. No, it was welded crooked, so nothing on my problem. That was their thing. Then the back, like I said, designed by a moron. Maybe it was just that particular car with stock exhaust, and it was lowered, so I don't know if that played around with any of the exhaust muffler placement or whatnot. But if I ever, you know, do a similar tow hook, I may not go with that brand, but if I do something like that, slot the muffler hangers. That was a really smart idea, because as soon as I did that, I got the plate in place, swung the muffler hangers up in place, tightened it down, everything was good to go. So that took us about 5 hours to install everything, and cleaning up the shop is probably another 30 minutes. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the tow hook install video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more Corvette, SS, truck, random Corvette stuff, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications, and if you guys want to help support the channel, click all the links down below, and make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.